In the state of Ohio, the American people have won a major victory against the Republican Ohio Secretary of State, John Husted, who was trying to thwart voter participation. But his attempts to do so ultimately failed. And now, in the state of Ohio, if you are 17 years old and will be 18 by the time of the November general election, you'll be able to vote in the Ohio primaries. And this is great news because as a democracy, we want as many people to participate as possible. And the fact that there are 17-year-olds out there, in this particular case, there were 6 or 7 17-year-olds who sued the Ohio Secretary of State, John Husted, for trying to suppress their right to vote. And I'm glad that, they were fighting for their rights because most young people their age probably wouldn't care. And I'm glad that, they stood up for themselves and that other people stood up for them. And what really bothers me about the Republican Party is that this is, they're always saying like, how they're pro-America, how they, how they're the bigger patriots than the Democratic Party. But at every possible chance they have, they will attempt to suppress people from voting, which is one of the core principles of a democracy. I mean, this guy, John Husted, wanted to get rid of early voting, and then he wants to, get rid of voting over the weekend. I mean, he's a real patriot when, he wants to make it so people don't vote. And it shouldn't matter whether people agree with you or disagree with you. As a politician, as a person who holds public office, it is your job to make sure that as many people participate in this process we call democracy. But of course, hey, as long as they get elected or keep their government position or whatever, it doesn't matter to them. But it matters to us, the American people, that it's basically one party who wants to suppress people from voting. And that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching, and thanks for the people who, or the 17-year-olds who stood up for their right to vote. I'm very proud of them as a fellow Ohioan. And that's all I have to say.